Hey yo, welcome back to yet another exciting episode of The Whole Thing. This is a platform where we talk about media and various other related topics from music, movies, series, fashion, and more. As you can see, guys, today we decided to sit in the car and really talk about our day-to-day conversations, topics or conversations that we usually have when we're chilling as the boys in the car. And you know what it is. It's the business. It's your boy, Nkululeko Villagaz. If you see me on the television, go ahead and tell MTV that I am still the best MC.
That's what's up, man. And it's your boy P Money here, man. Keeping it all the way to 1,000, man. Keeping it stacks, man. Let me tell you something, man. I'm always keeping it 10,000, man. Let me tell you something. My boy over here is going to introduce himself, man.
Hey, yo, what's good, man? It's your boy Bigger. Hey, man, we're back with another exciting episode. I'm out here with the crew. You know what it is.
Yeah, it's Tonic Melody on the side, and today we decided to talk about, I won't say controversial topic, but I will say it's a topic that people always talk about. So we're talking about relationships. So what we're talking about today is why do modern relationships not last? And we'll also be talking about why do people fear commitment? Right? Yeah, so that's what we're talking about today.
Yeah, man. So it's very exciting to know that, as in we live in an era where, is it exciting or very saddening to know that we live in a very commitment-fearing society where if you are in a committed relationship, you are ridiculed for being in a relationship
Being
like
loyal
that.
with just one partner. Yeah.
I mean, like things like easy access to sex, I think are some contributors we should look at, man. Those are things that I think that really contribute towards people not wanting to stay long in relationships. I mean, you get what you want. The price is, you get the price before going through the trial.
Yeah.
You know, it goes back to, the sexual liberation. Remember the sexual liberation movement?
Talk about it.
Thomas, man.
I tell you, big with sexual
You
liberation.
want us to
I was
think.
like, hey, man, hey, what you talking about?
Yeah.
Yeah. So it stems from in societies, like, men are praised for how many sexual partners you have. Like, men are not shamed, and women most of the time are shamed. You know, so the sexual liberation movement was hosted by women. So it was a movement to say, my body, my rules, what I do. Don't judge me how many partners I have.
That kind of sounds familiar.
Yeah. So accepting that meant that, okay, women are becoming more open about their sexual endeavors, you know. So now it is like, okay, I can do whatever I want. If I don't like you for whatever reason, or there's something you lack, can be money or whatever small. So people don't feel the need to work on their relationship anymore.
Right.
You know. So because, as you're saying, you know, access to sex, it's become easier.
Yeah.
And people don't want judgment.
I think sometimes initially when relationships starts off, it's more of the physical attributes. Like you're looking at the person, like that's what draws you to a person. How they look. No, not really last. But for you to go and
Attraction.
approach a person,
That's
it's
what
mainly
draws a man.
Yeah, I'm talking from my perspective.
Yeah.
But I don't know the girl's perspective. I'm not a girl, bro. I can't speak for them. So I'm just saying, most of the time, that's what attracts us to the opposite sex. And then once you get there, obviously there's other factors like the mindset, personality, you know, the stuff like that. That's what keeps you in a relationship. For us, from my perspective,
Right.
that's what keeps me in a relationship. Stuff like that, and then. Once you find out that this person is not what you were hoping for, like they sort of like become an anchor. So you don't want that. You don't want to be dragging or carrying extra weight
Dead weight.
and you know, like unnecessary weight that's also like holding you down in a way. Because if ever you can tell like this person doesn't want anything for herself, she doesn't want to do anything for herself, I think most men would be like, nah, man. That's one factor, I think. That's from what I know, from what I've heard from a lot of guys out there. If a woman is not really like, what you call this, passionate or what you call it?
Here's a. Can I play the devil's advocate? Does she have to be ambitious for you to want to be with her?
Honestly, I can't. Let me just speak for myself. She has to be ambitious for me.
Yeah.
For other men out there, that's not the case, because some people are like, you know what, I just want to have a housewife. That's it. For me, if she can take care of the kids, clean, cook, that's all. You know, for us, I think with our generation, it's more of she has to be goal driven. I don't know if I'm making sense. She has to be showing that, I don't know, the stuff that you're just talking about now.
Here's a follow-up question to what you were talking about.
Okay, yeah.
What if now she gets too over-ambitious? And that ambition now eats away from the time you guys need to spend together, the quality time you guys need to have to build on your relationship. What's going to happen then?
Me, I feel like personally, as individuals, I mean, we have our own list of qualities that we want from our potential mother of our children or potential wife, whatever you want to call her. I feel like we all have that like list. If she satisfies that list, most of the times you can overlook certain things. I'm not saying completely, but you can always try to reach a compromise to say, you know what, my wife is she's over ambitious. She's doing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and I can support her on that because I love her, because she satisfies what you call. I think me, it's a matter of reaching a compromise. I mean,
but I support what Nkululeko was saying, because when you look at what women are taught versus what men are taught, men are always taught do the right thing. Right. Say, for example, you want to dump a girl and we feel that she compliments you. Society is going to say, you can't do that. They will try to guilt you. But when a girl wants to leave a woman, society says, look out for yourself.
A girl wants to leave a woman.
leave a man.
Your happiness comes first. Yeah. But we're always guilted. It's like you have this burden on your shoulder. Like, I don't want this person. She's not what I'm looking for.
We expect you to keep up with the nonsense. To keep the nonsense, basically.
Yeah.
Settle, Baba.
So if she's too ambitious and you just supporting her, sometimes you need to show her that, okay, family time is also important. You're not saying don't pursue your goals. I mean, she committed to you in a relationship. You started a family. Right? Her priorities, you need to have time as well. You also have needs. Your kids have needs. Yeah. Right? You never hear societies guilting women for pursuing their goals. Right? So as a man, it might push you to a point where you say, you know what, I'm done.
It's an interesting angle that you just brought up. But in any case, me, I feel like for any relationship to work, it has to come down to two people who are able to sit down and communicate about a compromise that benefits both parties. Like, if you're gonna say you want to be number one, the CEO at your big company, you need to work extra hours. I'll support you, make sure that you get there, but remember, we have something that we're building together. And also, I'm also looking to build whatever I'm looking to build. So how about we sit down and draw up maybe a 5-year plan of whatnot. That's just how I think about things, basically. But I don't know.
The initial question was, why don't they last long? Because I get what you're saying. That's what keeps you in the relationship. Right. But what's the reason that most people are not staying in relationships, like with the modern relationship? That was the initial question. Yeah, because I felt like we sort of like,
in a way we answer, because if you don't get what you want, then it's a reason for you to exit.
What we want, we're gonna be honest.
Because no one person meets the whole criteria, dog.
I'm joking.
I get what you're saying, Chicken. Because I'm thinking about it. I'm like, what if she's over ambitious? And how do you handle that? Like,
what's over ambitious though?
Women who put their career first, I think.
And their hustle first.
Yeah, and the hustle before you. Like, if she were to find like an opportunity, Cape Town, they'd be like, Percy, this is what's happening. I have to leave. They don't really, so. Okay, but can we really say that person truly loved you?
Because you have to compromise.
But let's be honest. Okay, let's be honest, just name. If an opportunity were to present itself like Manj with your current chick that you're dating, and then they were to offer her like 100K, just saying, to come work maybe in the US, dog, I mean, come on.
Yeah, relationship is done.
It's done.
No, I'm saying, but you as a guy, you have to understand as well. Because if it was presented in a good, you'd be like,
baby, let's go.
Generally, with guys, that's how it works.
Do you think girls would do that?
Like, do you think she would say, family, right?
Baby, let's go?
No.
I mean, I speak for a relationship, right? Hey, it ain't all of us. Probably my kid can say, hey, baby, let's go. I don't know.
But I've noticed that whenever a woman has to provide, I don't know if it's because it's not in their biology. At some point they turn vile. Even if she doesn't complain to you, she always complains. Whether to her relatives and friends, she will always complain. Sometimes she must say it as a joke.
Yeah.
They will always say it.
But there's always going to be a guy out there that's going to remind him with them in your guy. Come on.
Yeah.
Come on. You're taking care of your man.
Trying to score points.
Even Miles put it like, what did he say the other time that we were watching his video?
Don't marry a bum.
Don't marry
You
a
drive
bum.
in your car, he leave in your house, he eating your food. Why you marry a bum?
But honestly, another reason I feel like modern relationships don't last is because of girls are in it for other reasons. You know, it's no longer about love. No, it's no longer about. It's about security.
Securing their future.
Yeah,
Survival,
exactly.
though. People are on survival mode.
Survival
Yeah.
mode.
You're in relationships to make sure you get the bag, secure it. You know.
And I don't know if I can call it speculation or assuming. I don't know. If a girl sees you at a mall, you know, dressed well, looking proper, and then she starts thinking with automatic this another idea or this guy, whoa, what's a guy, you know, is this and that. And I always found out like, maybe a couple of months into a relationship, nah man, he ain't what I was thinking. Then they're like, hey, let me bash. I can't stay for this.
I think what you remember the first point you made, that you look at a woman, you're first attracted to her before you get to understand her.
It's
and
lust
love her.
first.
It's lust first. I think that's the same
how it always
concept. It works.
though.
Because she looks at you and thinks, oh my God, that's the dude, right?
Yeah.
And then she gets to know you and realize that, nah, smash and pass.
But can we safely say that we don't go for the same things that they go for? Because if I see you, the stuff that's going to make me stay, it's not really your background or where you're from and stuff like that.
Because we're built to provide. We don't mind taking care of a woman.
So for them, it's like,
Yeah, she's like thinking twice that, come on, I'm going to take care of this guy.
Standards.
what does he do for a living?
Yeah, what if the battery don't hit? You know? What if the battery don't hit?
Because potential sometimes, no.
You only issue, no one person actually ticks all the points in the criterion.
Never happens.
It never happens. At some point, we have to reach a compromise. That look, I'm happy with this. This is what I was looking for, but this is what I have. So I'll work with it.
Yeah.
You know, then you get to enjoy the 40% or 60% that you're getting. Because if you live in that 40%, that means you're getting 100% of what the person is offering you.
Right.
Yeah.
Yes.
Societal standards. They destroy relationships.
Indoda must.
Indoda must. A real man must. You know, these things are meant to manipulate men, just so men can keep serving women. And
South African men do not do. Nigerian men do. Which country men do? Zulu men do. Ndondoni men do. They're causing a division within men.
Yeah.
Still.
Exactly. Within these intergender wars, they're making it difficult.
True.
Because you look at even the media, women don't generally like flowers. They saw it somewhere.
Also, they fell in love with the idea.
I've never really understood that thing.
But it's not practical. Let's be honest.
They don't even take
Girls
care
in
of the flowers.
girls in the comment section.
They last 2 weeks.
Girls in the comment section.
Never face.
Valentine.
Girls in the comment section.
Yeah.
You need to tell us why.
Why do you want flowers? First of all, you don't own a vase.
Yeah, bro.
You don't have a dining table.
They
And now you want
room,
flowers.
bro.
You don't even have a side table next to your couch in the living area.
Nothing.
No kitchen countertop.
I've always been asking this question. Look, what is being romantic? Honestly, what is being romantic?
Yeah.
Because we're different, and your way of showing love cannot be my way of showing love.
Yeah.
Right.
You know, and from what I understand, romance has to be your way of showing love. I don't know, or showing. I don't know though. But people that have this
I like
one-sided
that definition.
idea of romance where you need to put up flowers, drop a heart on the bed, and then put up
I love that definition of romance that you just gave. It's like
school nigga.
that's nice, man. Hey, my boy just made a nice point there on some.
And
He said romance is
your way of
showing you
love.
my love, my way of showing you love. That makes sense. For the longest time, I've been trying to understand what romance is, but that just
You got it on lock.
revelation, my
Got
guy.
it on lock, you know. And another thing, who's that guy? Oscar Mbo came up with this new idea in my flower.
My flower.
Where he puts up money I don't know. It was it flowers or was it just
I've
money?
seen
set
that
up
tree.
like
I've
flower.
seen
money.
You see that?
100 clippers.
That's sort of a standard above the normal
Yeah.
flower, dog. You know, like typical flower. Like, yeah, you know, he got me a flower, ooh, but then he got me the money as well. You know, I can go buy some stuff.
Exactly.
That's dope.
That's one man's
Think
weight.
about it, man. Oh, yeah,
Those
that's dope.
things are not practical.
We don't
Like,
all-
when you watch movies, fictional romantic books, R&B songs, those things are like they won't keep a woman. If a woman doesn't respect you, she won't stay.
She won't stay, dog.
If you're too easy,
Yeah, it's too much. I think that we live in a different world,
Different time. Right?
different time. You know, this is a different era completely. Things change, Dan. We can, you know, like this other guy was just telling me, you know what? If you're looking for love, man, you forget it. Like he was just saying, forget it because love, it's not there anymore. Which
Man, love exists.
I don't know, dog. I don't know. To what extent, though?
what
do you mean,
kills
what is-
people is
The question is, are they Jose?
is that people look for love in others, whereas you're not giving yourself love.
Love.
Like, you'll always be disappointed. It must begin with you. Everything, like
okay,
your
love
happiness,
myself.
your love, your acceptance, must start with you. Then you can compliment, not seek it from another person.
Okay. I hear you.
But coming back to the main topic where we said why don't modern relationships last? I feel as though like part of that is that like we have unrealistic expectations of each other.
Yeah.
We have unrealistic expectations of each other. How do I expect you to have a car if I don't have a car? How do I expect you to have a house if you don't? Type of thing.
These
Like,
girls sort of think like that's a man's duty. Like if as a man you're supposed to be having a car at this age that we're in now.
That's why they get dribbled. That's why we
Yeah,
dribble these
yeah.
girls.
But my question
They don't
is,
understand.
just going back to something that you guys said, love still exists, right? That's what you
Does,
guys
though.
said.
Does.
So if you love someone, there's no standards really around that thing. You just love them purely for who
Purely
they are.
for who they are.
Now, my question is, if it were to happen, sort of like you relocate, and then maybe you're trying to pursue something out there, and then it happens with life hits hard,
Yeah.
and then it throws you to the squatters, like say I don't know, like Mandela line. So
Yeah.
like you see that type of squatter.
Yeah.
Can your girl then still stay with you, still
down.
treat you the same? You know what I'm saying, dog? Can she, even worse, can she come and say, you know what? Because we were trying this together.
Yeah.
I'm gonna stay here with you. That's my definition of it. Because I remember I asked my girl this question this other time. Being Dave's on that. I'm like, if I was staying here, would you still treat me the same? My nigga, you know what she said?
What she said?
Hell nah. I ain't gonna do this.
She was honest. At least.
She was,
Yeah, but you know what I'm
that's
saying?
okay.
She was honest. That I'm like, oof. Now what do we call that?
Most girls wouldn't.
Love that has ended, I guess.
My man, and everything has an ending. That's a deal breaker for most girls.
conditional love. It's conditional
Women-
love, my guy.
Women love.
Love is always
opportunistic.
conditional, dog. Honestly speaking, it's always conditional. If I'm being honest, if we're still sitting here and saying unconditional love, like nah, we're just paying ourselves, dog. Let's be honest, dog. There's a condition to love. If you were to, God forbid, get paralyzed, that type of thing, can she still stay with you and hold you down?
I think that should link with the topic that we were supposed to talk about. What's this topic? What marriage? I forgot it.
What
Pardon me. But I think she's not obliged to stay with you if you guys are not married.
That's the interesting part. Bro.
Yeah.
That's the interesting part about it. You said you love.
We are working towards a commitment.
You said you love
Once
her.
we tie the knot, I think that's when we promise each other
So,
forever.
according to you, commitment only starts once you guys get.
That's what I'm saying. That you guys work towards that official commitment. Because right now you and your girl you're dating.
So we shouldn't.
You are committed in a way. But if anything were to happen to you, like God forbid,
Yeah,
you get
yeah.
paralyzed.
So I got
She
a
doesn't
question.
have the right to.
I got a question for y'all niggas right now. So we shouldn't put a blemish on any chick that decided to leave a guy that she's not married to.
Yeah, dog.
Nigga. Can I repeat the question?
Repeat it, bro.
So are we not supposed to put any blemish to any chick that decided to leave any guy
Because what are you guys
for whatever reason?
Because what are you guys doing?
Be it that she
You're
may be
still
wrong
dating,
in
right?
that, yeah.
You're still dating. You're
But
not
dog,
married. You're
hey,
still
dog,
dating.
let me be honest with you. It's easy for you to sit here and say, yeah,
Yeah.
But if that were to happen to you, as my brother,
Yeah. It would hurt.
Nigga.
Obviously.
she blemished for life.
It would hurt.
She left my nigga cause of this.
Because that's the thing.
I'ma
We need to
preach that
understand that
shit.
like change is inevitable, bro.
I know.
You know,
Yeah.
because you're not gonna love the same person forever. She changes gradually as you guys grow
Yeah,
together.
yeah,
You know, she loves this, she doesn't love that, the next, you know, all that kind of stuff. So if it happens that she changes like drastically and tells you that I'm not with this anymore,
Right.
I'm leaving. You even if you wanted to do something, the most dramatic thing you could do is kill her. You know? That's what other dudes do. I'm not condoning it in any way, you know, but realistically there's nothing you can do when she tells you that she wants to leave.
Just walk away.
Just walk away. It hurts.
There's
Walk away.
nothing you can do.
There's nothing
My
you
question
can
is, so we're not supposed to put any blemish to the chick,
Nah,
The same way they're not supposed to
themselves, yeah.
but they always put a blemish on us. Now, if
They
you were,
always do,
if you were to live it for another chick, yo, you're gonna be known as that bastard that left me cause, you know. Now when you started making it in life, you decided that, you know what, I'm no longer good enough for you.
Yeah.
That's the blemish, like, as guys, that's the type of blemish we get.
Yeah.
You know, but I'm just saying, there's other things, there's guys that we know that got left for, you know, other
less.
reasons.
understand.
You know what I'm saying?
With regards to what you say, when you look at the divorce rate, like more than 60% of divorces are initiated by women, right? And it's because divorce is profitable, and the law is always on women's side. Right? So you see that even the covenant they make is no longer valuable.
Doesn't really matter. Doesn't really
It
mean
doesn't
much
matter
anymore.
You know.
I get what you're saying. Truth. I get what you're saying. But from speaking from a guy's perspective, speaking from a guy's perspective, why do we fear commitment, kids?
Yeah.
Why do you think we fear commitment so much? Well, I know I don't fear commitment, but I can tell my brother here, man, you know, has been struggling for the longest.
I think it's FOMO. It has to do with FOMO.
Fear for it.
Fear of missing
Fear of
out.
missing out on the next hottest girl.
The next hottest girl.
Hotter than yours.
Yeah.
I say that you know, it changes based on age. Like when you look at guys, when guys are approaching like 30, that's where they
Are more
I would say,
likely to look for.
skeptical. Like they don't just commit easily. Right? Unlike earlier on in your early 20s, like guys are willing to commit early. You find a girl, you fall in love, and then on the other side, like women, when they're still hot, let me put it that way, they don't want to commit. Most of them want to commit like later on in life when life has hit them hard. Only then do they want to commit. Now, if you don't want to commit,
You are a bad guy.
Guys don't know what they want.
Yeah.
They start
Bad guy.
guilting you, but no one guilts women.
Yeah.
You understand? So it's like a cycle in a way.
We do, bro. We do kill them as well. That way now. So unji. So that yeah, but that's the thing, dog.
I think my thing about commitment is sometimes you're just thinking about other things that have happened before and things that you've seen, and then also it's I think the issue is more personal than it is. It has a lot to do with you than it does with the next person. That's what I like. That's what I've realized from my fears. Like the problem is mostly with me. Hence,
Always
I have
based
the
on
issue
the
that I have. It's always
previous
personal.
stuff.
From previous stuff and things that you've seen. So experiences you've had and experiences that you've seen other people have. They in a sense work together to bolster the idea of you not wanting to get into another relationship. They just when something little that may resemble what you saw happen, it triggers something psychologically that causes you to want to run away. Your mind just tells you,
I've seen this before.
I've seen this before.
Run.
Ding, 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 ding,
Going
ding,
through
ding.
that shit. Fuck. That's why they got my nigga last time. I seen it. He said, lady, let me touch that mama. You know,
I ran.
gave him the bum, my man. Yo. But honestly, dog, me from I'm not one to say I fear commitment, but from what I hear from other guys, it's most of the time it's because we think, like, guys think they can never really satisfy a woman to that point, like, you know, like that point, like you say, and as in Mjolo, yeah, we're happy, like, to that extent. It's like what we see with these local girls, there's always going to be something missing, so you never be enough. So, and the last thing you want to hear, which so it has to do again with ngathi reputation yakho in a way afuna ukuthenisheke nje kanjalo ukuthi hayi chicken bayamdlela stuff like that. I'm sorry. Honestly speaking, dog, if you were staying, I think you wouldn't really care about that thing.
Yeah.
You wouldn't, dog. You would just like, team speed. It's fine. They don't know me here, dog. I'm sorry. So
it goes to the point where, like there's a saying that goes, women are judged by their past, men are judged by their future. That is why a woman will look at you and say, "This one has potential," right? So they stay based on what they think you might hold for them in the future. Whereas when you look at men don't forgive cheating. Because you judge a woman harshly for her past. Right? If you know a woman and you know where she's been, you won't want to commit to her. Right. So it's something men have been doing psychologically for years, but we're not aware of.
So right now it sounds like we're
speculating.
A young tornado is building that the contrast like enlarges every time. Sounds like we're pointing a finger and they're someone pointing a finger back. Can we find a common ground where we say, let's forgive one another? How do we move forward? You know,
how do we move forward?
I know that you've been through whatever. I know I've been through whatever. How can we then look at those things and look at our past and then find a way to move forward if we claim to love one another?
Compromise, my friend. You know, I feel like compromise, like in any kind of relationship.
Dog, you know, sometimes
in any kind of relationship,
I think compromise like goes a certain extent, like goes
to a point.
Having standards, I think a lot of men don't have standards. That's what kills a lot of. Like when you look at women are taught to always have standards.
What's the standard?
A standard can be like when a woman says, "I want a guy with a house, a guy with this, a guy with this." Those are standards.
Can you answer that for me, bro?
Right. Whereas it's only a few men who can tell you like standards they have for women. Men are not taught to have standards for women. That's why we. Yeah, exactly.
Chicken has an answer for that. I know.
So if men start having standards, because having standards shows that you respect yourself. Yes, and then for women, I think the problem is that they end up having standards that are too high, and then eventually they get disappointed. So having standards, being able to compromise, reciprocate attention, I say those three things will.
Like what you would like someone to do for you is what you would want your partner to do.
Yeah.
Like if you want your partner to go an extra mile for you, then you should be willing to also go an extra mile for the other person. And then if you want your partner, obviously there's other. You know, I don't want to sound smart. Love language,
But honestly, to add on what Jose was just talking about now, Chicken once said to me, and you remember though, you can't really say you wanting a guy with money, it's a standard. Then what happens when 10, 40 guys come to you with all being well off and down? Like but type of monkey. Many mal bonke man, they tell monkey
they meet one criteria. They meet one of your criteria. One
it's a standard.
Point on your criteria.
That's the standard.
Yeah, because I get it, you rejected others for them.
For them.
Yeah, so it's a selection criteria. It's a standard you have.
I don't know how I feel about that, but I get what you're saying. It sort of puts you on a certain level. You're with okay, like group or so, they're not gonna get it.
Yeah.
These guys, yeah, I'm sorry. But dog, I don't know. We got standards as men, as so much. I feel like we got standards though.
Only a few men.
We got standards. It's just that one thing. We love.
But put it simply.
So that thing is just that's not a standard. You can't imagine. You know, there's a standard, the dating standard.
Leverage in relationships is another issue because people feel like they bring something and the other person feels like I bring something, and because I bring this thing and you bring this thing, if you don't bring it no more, then we don't have a reason to be together anymore. And now it's easier to just let things go. But if we came to the relationship with the intention of, you know what, we can work together with what we have, not just with the intention of me taking what you have and you taking what I have. It's just a matter of us using what we both have to build what we want together.
So both parties must put something to the table.
To the table, yeah.
But what happens when the other party is no longer bringing in that thing that they were bringing in before?
Because the one who's not bringing in is just taking. So now the question becomes, what happens when the one who's giving cannot give anymore?
Oh, you learn to give for your partner.
Let's take a practical scenario, gents.
Because I feel like what Wiki is saying is that it's either or. It's either you do it, sure. If you don't, and if you can't anymore, then that's it. And we forget about everything that we've built. And I feel like, if that's how we are building relationships now, then we might as well just forget it. Let's just hump and deal with the judgment later on, because I mean it doesn't make sense, bro.
The proper way of actually being in a relationship with someone, I don't want to say a relationship, but being with someone, it's a biblical way, you know. And with everything that has happened, the changes, the stuff that people come up with, it sort of like went away from that. I don't know if you get what I'm saying. Before, it was easier for men to just provide. Whatever little that you're bringing into the house, it's enough for your wife to stay. That's it. You understand? Now there's like social medias and stuff like that. She sees something better that she would also like you to do in your relationship. And if you're not doing it the way she saw it, it's like it's a deal breaker for you. You understand it though? So constant change sort of like keeps a person abreast.
As a man, you need to,
Mame.
you need to set your feet down. I mean, you can't always change because she saw something on social media.
Stay abreast, horse. Stay abreast as a
Not a
boyfriend.
problem. That's not a problem.
Stay abreast as a boyfriend.
She's not gonna respect you. If she can play with you, manipulate you any way she wants to, she's not gonna respect you. That is why you get men who are married and they complain that my wife is no longer having sex with me, because you get women who use sex to control their husbands.
Let me put it like this. Sometimes I'm not saying I'm taking the girl's side now, but sometimes in the one you keep, if kids now chicken live dog, come on. I'm tired of it, so it happens. You understand? That's why chicken always say keep abreast.
Keep abreast.
But it goes back to what Percy said. She must also do something, Leon, to motivate you.
But you're the head, dog. At the end of the day,
But being the head doesn't mean that you don't need support, dog.
Yeah, true.
Yeah, but you're steering the relationship, dog.
Yeah, but sometimes the neck also has to remind you that it must be stiff to show you that no, the direction you're looking at is wrong, dog. Like I see that you're trying to look that way, but that's not the way we said. Well, now in the relationship we have to hold each other accountable to say, look, we said we wanted to do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, but now we're not doing that. Both of us are just we're doing what we want, and that's not working. We have to hold each other accountable.
It's a tough one, you want to because honestly speaking, at the end of the day, I don't think there's anyone with all the answers to this. You know, we're just speaking of what we know and what we've seen. So no one is right, no one is wrong. You know, because if you can get someone else, especially a girl, like they'll tell us something different. But that's what I was saying. I don't know what you guys want to add on that. Do you want to add something?
Say what now?
Say what
Say
now?
something, bro. Like,
Say what now?
Say what now?
Series. It cannot end here.
Say what now?
It cannot end here. So.
Okay, well, that's one other thing. If we can take time to quote one another, I think that will actually do something for our relationships. You know, instead of just rushing to sex, I meet you in a couple of weeks and then we smashing. What are we consummating? Because we just met. You know, if it's emptiness, then that sex is a seal, covering whatever you guys think you have. And if it's emptiness, that's what it is. But if you don't have any depth, man, like we need depth in most of our relationships these days. That's what I think. I think that's what we lack in most cases.
Let me ask you this, though.
I give you money, you give me.
So, say you decided with, okay, now we gotta get to know each other first before, you know, like build something solid first. And then it happens, give it a couple of months, say a year. And then once you decided with, okay, we're at a point now, we're like, you know what, we're doing this, we're committing, say maybe you propose, get married, all of that.
Yeah.
All of you find out, hey son, sex ain't really what I was hoping for.
Can't you improve?
Nah, the problem is not with you. The problem is with her.
Like, can't we improve?
She's hard.
What's there? What's hard? What do you mean?
She wild, bro. That's what I'm saying. Just bad.
She's well.
How do you fix that? Because it happens. This is
It's a hole.
dog is like, hey.
Yeah.
That type of thing.
That's what happens in the process of you getting to know each other. You get to count the body count.
Bruh, no, it's not really
Right?
about how many people she has slept with.
What is
some,
it?
some girls naturally,
Mm.
it's just like that.
Yeah.
But,
Mm.
yeah.
Mm.
It's you get what I'm saying.
Yeah.
This is not good. If the sex is not good, can you stay? That's the question. As a guy, honestly speaking.
Yeah.
Can we
That's
then
one
ask the
scenario,
question?
then we can't base this conversation off of one.
No,
But-
this is
but can you
another.
ask them the
It's just a
question?
question.
In answering your question, can I then ask the question: is sex the foundation of that relationship? I mean,
It's not. Honestly, it's not.
she checks all the things that you want. She's smart. She's not
She's
over.
everything.
She's
She's
everything.
everything that
Not
you want.
over ambitious.
Mhm,
She
mhm.
cleans. She does what you want.
And
She just so happens that she lacks in that department.
not her person, like her thing, dog.
Her thing, yeah. That's
It's not making you calm.
Yeah.
I think
It's like, who?
if sex was the goal for the relationship, then after sex you're gonna get disappointed. Then
Disappointed.
you don't have any
You're gonna
reason
leave.
to stay anyway. The same way, if she feels you have money or she suspects you have money, the minute she realizes you don't have money, she leaves as well.
Yeah.
So it depends on the priorities. What was the main objective of being in that relationship?
So in other words, you guys are telling me that you would definitely stay, even if the sex is not good.
I think the best it's best to answer the question of why we there in the first place.
That was there for other reasons, hoping that, with everything put together, the cherry on top is gonna eat. Honestly, because we can chill here. We all have like Martin. We seek different things in the relationship, like we there for different reasons, and they can take one come box and time con. Okay. But at the end of the day, dog, I'm not speaking for Tina now, but we know this is something that's happening out there. Most of the guys out there, if the woman is not good, they tend to go out and look for it somewhere else. This is something that's happening. So I'm bringing that scenario here. Which if it's like that, how do you deal with that?
Me at
Honestly,
me at stay.
Find a way.
Me at stay.
all right.
I think if you want to leave, because it'd be wasting someone else's time.
Yeah.
You understand? That way she can find or you can find someone else.
To fill the void.
But I was gonna say number 16, number 19, number 20, panel.
But right now we're talking about in-depth relationship.
My
Right?
nigga,
We're
listen.
talking about in-depth
Hey,
relationship.
my man, if the spider doesn't, it's not your car, it's not your boat. You know what I'm saying? I have a car.
Yeah.
Why is that? And then if she's sexually frustrated, honestly, dog, honestly, I don't want to generalize.
I think that's why Jose said, if you want to stay, stay. If you want to leave, leave. Because you'll be wasting each other's time, right?
It makes things easier for everyone.
It's like I said, we can't focus on this one scenario.
But it's
To
the
try
major, dog.
validate.
It's the major key. It's the major key.
Sex and done is not a proper basis for a strong relationship.
What?
Sex is good. We all want to have good sex with our partner. Ne?
Yes.
Marandon, there's other things that you get from someone other than sex that improve you as an individual, both spiritually, improve you financially,
She's afraid.
improve you everywhere else.
Okay, we're all Christians, lah. We're gonna look at it different, and then let's take it cultural, like the Zulu culture. From what I know, which if a girl cannot bear children for you, you know that, okay?
I don't know.
But
Educate.
now,
No,
in
I've
modern
heard
day
it.
times,
I swear, dog.
we have
No, I don't know with what's happening, manje, but from what I've heard before, if it's like they say, like manje in the media board, that woman used to get married to your brother or something, and someone it was along those lines.
depends on
It's the
which
same
culture.
thing. It's the same thing. The maid, if she cannot bear children, then they're gonna check if the problem is with you. If it's with you, then they would sort of like try to find a way with Hotman that could smash without you knowing. Just to
Continue the
embarrassment.
bloodline.
Yeah. But if it's the woman, then she has to provide, dog. Even worse, bring incomes to back. Because yeah, I'm sorry, dog.
And as
So-
much as this conversation that
Yeah,
that,
it's
that,
like
that,
1 hour,
that, that
it's
you're
yeah,
taking us
actually
through is
something
interesting,
else.
dog. Ne? We have to unfortunately bring this conversation to a close, man. But don't forget to hit
really close.
and like the subscribe button.
Yeah, it's to be continued.
The conversation is still to be continued. Hit the like button, subscribe, hit the notification bell, and then make sure you comment in the comment section and give us some of your opinions on what we were talking about. Tell us what you think, and then, man, let me tell you something, man. Mr. Stacks is outie.
About it.
Outie.
Saudi.
Yeah.
You know what it is, though.
It is what it is.
And this
man,
took
you know.
place
In the whole thing.